I just went 3 days without eating for Jesus. So let me tell you how it went. So it really wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. I do have experience fasting. So if you want to start fasting and you've never done it, I don't recommend starting with a 3-day fast. I also drink water because it can be dangerous to go without water. So I recommend drinking water. On the first day, it was pretty easy. I even worked out that day, though I kept my workout a lot easier than I normally would. The second day, I started to kind of mentally be like, oh, I'm not gonna get to eat all day today or all day tomorrow. Like, am I gonna make it? So I had to mentally reel that in. But once I got that mentally taken care of, I felt good mentally for the rest of the fast. That evening, which was Wednesday evening and Thursday morning, I did start feeling physically weaker, but I would just, one, drink more water, two, sometimes be like, let me just sit here for a little bit, close my eyes, take deep breaths, pray. And what was really cool is that I was praying throughout the fast just in my head, but there were some times that I'd say, you know what, let me just go right now for a little bit, listen to worship songs, read the Bible, and just spend a nice chunk of time doing that. And after I did that, every time I stopped feeling hungry because I was being fed by spiritual things instead of physical things. Then the third day, which was Thursday, that morning, like I said, I felt a little physically weak, but then as the rest of the day progressed, I started feeling better. I think my body was finally accepting that I wasn't eating and it needed to start going into ketosis, breaking down fat to have energy. Friday morning, this morning, I felt really good. I had suddenly so much energy and I hadn't even eaten yet. So maybe one, it was, like I said, my body accepting and breaking down fat for energy. Two, knowing that I was about to get to eat. Yay, so exciting. And just, of course, the spiritual work of God. So as for spiritual matters, when I was fasting, it was interesting. At first, I didn't really feel God's presence that strongly. There are definitely times when I feel his presence very strongly. So I expected in a 3-day fast, it was going to be kind of like that. But the first day, I was just like, no. But I know that God does that sometimes we can't feel his presence, and there's a whole bunch of reasons why this video is not about that. But as it went on, especially when I would spend those times reading the Bible and worshiping, then I would start to feel his presence more strongly. And he just revealed things to me that it wasn't necessarily feeling like his presence super strongly. It was just things that started coming to my mind, like, okay, I really want to work on this as a part of my spiritual growth. Or, oh, this is a way that I can start to reach out to this person. Little things like that were revealed to me. Overall, it was such a good experience, and I'm very glad that I did it, and I plan to do more in the future. So yeah, that was my experience with my first 3-day fast.